The genre killing the underground.
Yo, what's up? Happy New Year. Follow my Instagram. So lately, I've been so
This nigga on
turned off
drugs?
from the underground.
Bro, ain't nobody getting inspired except for Lil Timmy. UVXCX, the genre killing the underground.
sat up and asked myself,
I don't know off the top of my head, but some are good.
why do I not like the underground right now? I've made videos
Like
before
T,
where,
Rage is kind of
when it
killing
was
the
at that
underground.
current state with the
Rage is the biggest thing in the underground though.
crash out music, quote unquote, and the promo and the
It's played out like
allegations
Plug
that
and
seem
B.
to touch most niggas that pop up. But I wanted to know, like, why I just haven't enjoyed the music itself, right? Because usually, y'all know, I listen to a certain artist where I'm able to ignore the allegations. But, I thought about it. I'm like, all right, who's up right now? And whose names are, like, the biggest in the underground space? You know, you got Che, Osamason. Obviously, you got others like Xavier,
Osamason,
Teases.
Osama Mason. I meant to say Rage isn't very good. It's grown. So you don't listen to Osamason anymore? Nigga, isn't Ken Carson your Avi on YouTube?
Nine, Fake Mink, Netspin, Tana.
You go by
But
Lucy Remover. Lucy's technically Rage.
I want to specifically
It's
talk
still
about
good,
Osama Che
but
and
it's played out.
what's the
Okay.
King of Mexico's name? I can't think of his
The
name.
King of Mexico. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a rapper from Oklahoma. Jordan, this your guy. He's from Oklahoma.
Something about slime in it or something. Now, when you look up the current
No, Lala's from Oklahoma. My bad.
age of these artists, Osama is 21 or 22, I think. Che is like
Lucy isn't Rage. Lucy's the original version of Rage. Rage used to be hyperpop.
19, and Too
I live in
Slimy
Rhode
is
Island.
more than likely
I
also
know.
19. Keep following.
Rhode
With
Island.
Whole Lotta Red coming out on Christmas of 2020, these guys couldn't have been no more to 13.
Hyperpop wasn't hyperpop. Okay. Rage was originally hyper trap, which is hyperpop mixed with trap. Then they called it Rage. That was Ken Carson and Yeet in like 2021. Then niggas started calling Rage this shit that Osamason does. But that's not really what it is. That's not what it was
To
originally.
15 years old when that album came out. Osama being a little older, but whatever. Now, listening to their older music,
Digicore is
Osama
closer
and
to
Che
Rage. Yeet Rage? Yes, Yeet was Rage in 2021. Nigga, do you hold on? I don't know. I mean, maybe you're like 16, so maybe you're too young to understand. I don't know. Hold on, bruh. Mi- Miss the Rage. This is the song that popularized Rage. This was in like he was Plug and B early career. What you mean? Who was Plug and B early career? Yeet? I'm not talking about Yeet. I'm not talking about Plug and B Yeet. I'm talking about Yeet when he started blowing up. This was the song that popularized Rage, right? Or one of the songs, mainly. This type of beat. What Yeet was doing. What Yeet was
Go
doing.
ahead, fool.
This is Rage. This is what Rage was. By that logic, X was doing Rage. That's not what. By what logic are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. Gang, this was mumble rap. You're brain dead. I'm not even. I don't know. Like that
best way
doesn't
I can
have
explain
anything to
it,
do with what
they
I
were
was saying.
different. There was just a swag to their music that at this
Nobody was
point,
calling this shit Rage. Nigga, you're 14. Nigga, you weren't there. Nigga, you were 9 years old. What are you talking about, nigga? No, nobody was. Everybody was calling it Rage, nigga. X had these type of beats early on. Well, nigga, obviously he didn't. Cause if he did, niggas would say he was a pioneer. Nobody says that, nigga.
couldn't really be
Nobody says that.
replicated. And that kind of
Name a
ties
song
into,
with a
I
beat
guess,
like
the
that.
era of music we were
I'm
at in that
16,
point. I
maybe
mean, this is
15.
what I want to say 2022, 2023, which sounds crazy, but that was a little minute ago. This was in that era where we were actually hearing different sounds in music. And sure, it was heavily influenced by, like,
Getting your age wrong
Summers
is
and
crazy.
Chief Keef and other random pieces of music, but Che in particular was making music that didn't sound like anything else at that point. And I remember talking about this with some of my friends, that his music kind of reverted in the sense of him actually being different, but we're gonna come
Yeah,
back to that. This album On Screen has
I
found a
say
way
that
to
too.
come up numerous times on this channel, and I've never really wanted to talk about the impact of it because I wanted a lot of time to pass by. I feel like 5 years after something comes out,
Rage, not just mosh pit music. That's what people know it as now, but that's not what it was originally. Rage was Yeet and Ken Carson in them in 2021 and 2022. That's what Rage
you
was.
should have a lot to go off of when
But then around like 2023 with AGC, Rage turned into what Osamason is doing. So X was doing Rage. No, he wasn't.
to this impact. Like, did it really change anything? Is it still relevant in today's conversations? And to quickly answer those two questions, yes, 100%. Something else I'll sort of get into is like, what would music, specifically the underground, be like without this album coming out? Well, I first need to preface that Whole Lotta Red is not the end all be all as far as the underground goes. You know, you guys, me included, honestly, could definitely put some names of artists in the comments right now that are not pulling inspiration from this album in the slightest. But if we're looking at the current day 2026 underground rap, you know, music scene, it seems like most of the bigger names went on to get on these audio distressing rage beats that, in my honest opinion, I feel like killed the underground. So what even is an underground song, right? Because I mean, Jesus Christ, I made a video a
He's better than every Cardi project. I agree.
very long time ago trying to
I don't know if it's better than self-titled.
explain the underground, and I don't regret that video because it definitely served as a purpose to get me to where I am today. But truthfully, there are many different elements that would make a song underground, quote unquote, and I think that that's what makes it underground. Don't let that go over your head. There are many elements of a song that can make it an underground-esque song. So does that mean that Drake could hop on the Rock on the Track beat and make an underground song? No, in fact, I'd argue that rock would become mainstream because of that, because this is much simpler said than understood. But the main
Why is Fago with those plug-in B niggas? Because Fago was all of those plug-in B niggas were in a collective called Slay World, and Fago was in that group. So Yeet, Summers, Autumn, I think Can was in a collective with Fago and like Jason.
stream
I
is more
don't think Jace was there,
of a
but yeah.
powerhouse than the underground, right? It's little things like how
If Yeet Rage and then Rex Rage too. I mean, people don't call that Rage anymore.
I think there are certain artists in the underground that are miles better than current Drake, but the numbers would heavily disagree.
But technically,
with me. Do you
yeah.
get what I mean? But we're gonna dial it back a bit before
Jace was with them, but he wasn't in the club. Yeah, Jace wasn't Slay World. He was Double R.
make a video within a video. So the main point is that none of these super mainstream artists get on these Whole Lotta Red inspired beats. Now, while there are a few different reasons for that, one of the biggest is that Cardi is mainstream. The mainstream did not need to copy him because duh, they're already mainstream. Keep following me. If someone like Travis Scott or Kendrick got on one of these nasty ass beats, then people wouldn't like it. Or like most mainstream rap listeners, they'll bandwagon
Glock is better than Drake. Shit, I agree. It's a thug and music video on the back.
it because
No,
you
it's
know
not.
of the name that's attached to it. But with the underground, it's a bit more complex as to why some people would say, oh, you're cloning XYZ, you're cloning such and such, or you're paying homage, versus some people saying this is very XYZ coded or XYZ inspired. Now I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, but you gotta keep listening.
You in class, nigga.
Niggas was saying that Fiji Macintosh was a Cardi clone at one point, if you guys remember, which honestly is fair because at the time his music literally sounded like
VP
this.
Macintosh. Yeah, he a clone.
Now this was just a very early on example of what was to come. And while it wouldn't be that obvious in these
That's
newer
definitely
guys
not
at
Aura.
first, it definitely delved deeper into it. And I don't know. I don't want to say it sucks because seriously, it's not even that it's bad. It's more so that at this current moment, that's what's big. And before you niggas hit me with the, there's other artists, you just haven't discovered them yet. My nigga, it is my job to talk about music. You think I haven't discovered Lil Minor Lover 666 with 12 monthly listeners? Trust me, bro, I have. I have probably been in the scene a lot longer than most of you niggas watching this video. It's not about every single artist. It's mainly about the bigger ones. So let's start with Osamason. Now let me preface because y'all like to take my words and act like
Kendrick could hop on an OK beat? Hell nah. That nigga would have an aneurysm if he
I'm
tried to
saying
rap
something
on that.
completely different or entirely miss my point, I fuck with Osamason. I really do. I think that as an artist, he's actually talented. However, I've known about Osama since
It's a
2022,
stretch.
bro. Long before Psychotic and Jump Out. And it's completely fine if you disagree with me, but let me show you something.
Gee, viewers, it's not a 9-minute Corey stream without view botters, nigga. He would cook. Wow. That is crazy.
So it's almost jarring, the difference between these two songs. And I'm very sure you could guess which one it is.
Even CTSV, even even Flex music wasn't really like that.
That I fuck with a little bit more. Which one is more favorable to me? Now, it's not even just because the first song is calmer. It's just that I can understand him. It didn't feel like I was having an audio panic attack. It's just a nice vibe song. Like, I would cut that shit on around my mama, bro. I cut the second on and it just feels like I should sue bro for emotional
Message
stress.
deleted.
I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. And the crazy
Is he
thing is
talking
that
about
it's
I
not
clicked
even
off? He's talking about Osamason like changing his sound really quickly.
a bad song. It's just, why is the entire album this fucking sound? Oh yeah, we know why. Do not ask me why my big grown adult ass decided to do this, but I had nothing better to do, so I went to an Osama song
Never
concert.
changed the sound. You're a new gen. Before Flex music, he was not rapping like that. Well, let me show you what he showed.
Because the first song is calmer. But let me show you something.
This is Lil O in 2023. Osamason is 100% like Flex music. Is Osama season anything like Psychotic? No, nigga, it's not.
So it's almost jarring, the difference that I can understand.
But O's still rapping like that, just not on his albums. If he didn't drop the song, why would we talk about the song?
But when I tell y'all, oh wait, I did tell y'all. Maybe I should have rewatched my own video before going, because let me tell y'all something.
Class is literally that same sound. What do you mean class?
Bro. And this is no disrespect to the Goose Creek Freak, but I dead ass think that was one of the most boring concerts of my life. Bro showed up late, somebody peed on someone in the crowd, I'm dead ass.
What?
And I was trying to find the set list for the show
His
before
song Class, is it released? If it's not released, I don't care.
And every single one I found for other cities, he actually performed songs that I like. And yes, I get it, it was the Psychotic tour, so I was expecting to hear Psychotic songs, but I didn't hear CTSV, nothing from Jump Out, which is fair, that's a whole different album. You know, it wasn't for me. And when we talk about Shay next, that's like my main point for this entire video. This rage, ear rape music is genuinely just not for me. But I think what's happening is this type of genre is destroying the community,
my favorite,
bro. I really do. So Che, on the other hand, I would say is actually an even more extreme example of this, because when his LP, you know, Rest in Bass came out, right? I listened through that entire thing. Some of you may not have heard this because my audience is all over the place, but the best way I can explain it, actually, here. So now Che, I can't lie, his music
Che is too talented to be doing that shit, bro.
from
It's
before
so crazy.
this era, man, bro. What's up, Bay? New truck, Bay. Like that, you know, that Chief Keef influence is heavy on his older music. And it's like, it's funny saying older when I'm literally only talking about like
Shay is so bad. The song's amazing. Shay could be the best rapper of all time. I don't know about
a
that.
year or two before today, but you know how fast this music shit moves. Point is how does he go from this to this? Because it's not just evolution. How does he go from this to this? Because it's not.
Wait.
Point is how does he go from this?
Is this a sleeveless hoodie?
To this? Because it's not just evolution to an
Why did he
artist.
become a demon?
It
I don't
also
know.
has nothing
Well, I do know.
do with the fact that him and Cardi are
Cardi
from the same
influence.
city. The mainstream exposure of rage music is
He wasting his talent is what I'm saying. Say So Says showed so much potential and talent facts.
affecting a lot of artists in the
To be honest, Chase should have went like too hollis. He should have went EDM more than anything. He should have went EDM for sure. The demon that caught Cardi found him.
team, bro. On top of the fact that most of them are kids, they were seeing Uzi, Cardi, and other rage pioneers. Some of us grew up on Skrillex, me included, and it makes for these artists to grow up enjoying that distorted, loud sound. This album by Che, it's pretty predictable, and that's fine. He doesn't have to be so avant-garde all the time, but I can't sit up and act like I don't like his older, calmer music a little more. And I don't know if I've already said this, but I listen to Death Grips, Machine Girl, Splitter Cord, like, I don't mind noise that can assault my ears. But because I've heard closed captions,
No, Chase shouldn't have went EDM. I think EDM would have been a more reasonable not I'm when I say EDM, I don't mean full EDM. I mean like halfway. Like Say So Says should have, how do I say this? Like, okay, the same way Rest in Bass is rock inspired, the same way Rest in Bass is rock inspired, he really should have went EDM inspired. Cause that's what Say So Says kind of sounds like
by
sometimes.
Che, you know, I can't
Too
lie,
Hell
I
is so
miss that
trash.
sound. That sound
Not
sounded
only
like he
that,
was
but
trying
Shay
to do
lost all
something
his writing ability on Rest in Bass. He was never really a lyricist though. Crystal Castle's influence should have continued, and the weird nerd kid music should have stayed. Did Che ever have weird nerd kid music?
different, very far from what was popular at the time. And that
Say So was EDM inspired at times. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't crazy on Say So in his older
that
music,
album played a huge part into why he got
but his
bigger,
writing
actually.
wasn't
But
bad. I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think of Say So Says songs. I mean, it was never. I mean, Rest in Bass is terrible. His writing is terrible. So I guess I agree. But
it is what it is. Look, man,
do I
my
know
theory
when Rex is dropping another album? No. He dropped two last year. He'll probably drop again like in March or some shit. I don't know.
is that because a lot of these younger artists grew up on distortion and these explosive 808s and noise, their music is turning into that. And I'm just wondering, is that the era we're in now with like what
He'd
people
be a
want to
good
hear?
storyteller.
And I gotta
Nah.
hammer this down. I don't mind rage that much. I just really don't only want to hear that. I know people are gonna chalk this up to me hating, but I'd rather y'all chalk this up to me, you know, just being old, honestly. I brought up God knows how many times that I was introduced to the underground at a pretty young age because of a few different factors. And I don't know, I mean, I just feel like this is one of the least impactful eras we've ever been in.
And he said abbreviation. Rex will drop Aberrations in Winter Circle. You desperate for more Rex? Yeah. We need
And I
Rex.
feel like there's not as much innovation as there
Chase
used to be. Back
storytelling,
in
nah.
my day,
They
the
don't match
music was
together.
better, face ass. But it literally was. I don't care. You niggas are getting promo demons like too slimy shoved into your ears, and you're enjoying it because, well, there aren't that many more options on the upper echelon when it comes to the top underground, which is like an oxymoron if you really think about it. I don't know, man. It is what it
Top
is. Can y'all
underground.
stop acting like
I
this
gained
album
almost
is that
70
good,
subs.
by
Some
the
of
way?
this fire.
It's really not. Y'all want me to be for real? Y'all want me to be for real, for real, for real? I Am Music is better than a whole lot of red. I'ma just keep it a buck, bro. And if we're being real, I don't even fuck with these two albums like that to begin with. Die Lit is better than both of them combined, so it really is what it is. Anyway, I'm UVXEX. I got more
The
videos
sound is kind
coming,
of
you know,
played.
very soon.
Wait, whose sound is played? Oh, you mean Rex? Rex's sound is played? No, it's not. Rex sound is played out. Wait, first of all, Aberrations doesn't even sound like Winter Circle. Second, yeah, I don't see how you can say it's played out. There's nobody else doing Rex's sound besides maybe Slayer, and even Slayer's not doing it the same way. So I don't know how you can say it's played out. I mean, Winter Circle sound. Winter Circle is literally one album. How is it played out after one album? So he made Aberrations, which is different from Winter Circle. then you want him to switch shit again. I mean, he's probably gonna evolve next album. He got way better from Aberrations to Winter Circle. So Winter Circle sound is really boring. The Winter Circle sound is really boring. I will say though, one thing about Rex V2, none of he's a proud rapper. None of his beats ever make me think like, damn, that's a crazy beat. To his credit, I think his rapping is better than his production. But his production is good. It's just never like stand out to me. I feel like.